he's not gotten the type of conditioning that he's capable of if we spend the offseason working out. He did a decent job, I thought, in Phoenix. He got down. He got a little light there. In Cleveland, he never turned that corner. But I've heard he's dedicated himself this summer. He's a lot lighter. And if Shaq can lose some weight and get himself in condition, he could be a big help to this Boston team.
That is definitely going to be interesting to see him in that Celtics green. That is for sure something that will be strange for Lakers fans, no doubt. You know, Paul Pierce actually had his high school jersey retired here in Inglewood, and he was here not long ago in L.A. talking about the addition of Shaq and how excited he was about it. And again, another thing a little out of sorts, a guy like Paul Pierce, known for being a Celtic, getting a jersey retired in Los Angeles, of course, albeit at his high school, but his jersey was retired in L.A.
Well, he's a local guy.
Yeah.
I remember Paul from high school and playing in the gyms with him. He was a young guy. I was still playing at those times. So I remember playing with him, and also when he went to Kansas. Very good player, and really surprised me because I didn't expect him to play as well as he did once he got into the NBA. And again, he walked in from day one, consistently 20-plus point scorer per game, and with a lot of heart.
Let's see if we can listen in here to what they're going to do in this drill.
Ball swung to loose. Right on catch. All right, you're dropping down. Who's guarding this man?
Fish not here. Fish is.
He's 2 passes away, so B's right here where he should be. All right, you're in here now. All right, 2.9 now. Okay? Because he is what? 1, 2, 3 passes away. All right. So what we're going to do to start out here is just swing the basketball. All right.
So if you're taking a look at this drill, basically what this drill is, it's a defensive positioning drill. When you're 1 pass away from the ball, Shannon Brown has the ball now. See Derek Fisher now. Now he's 1 pass away, you drop. When you're 2 passes away, you need to be two men away from the ball. So it's a defensive positioning drill. That's what you're watching.
I got you here. I got you.
See the
I'm
weak
back.
side dropping when the ball's in the opposite corner. You see our test now dropping. Test should be in the middle for 2.9 and back out.
Ball. You got him. I got ball.
All right, good. All right.
The other basic fundamental about defense, you have to talk on defense. I have the ball, you're by yourself, watch your hip right, watch your hip left. So this is basically a fundamental defensive drill.
So again, I'm going to go back to you on this as they switch the players and go back through what we believe will be the same drill.
Yeah.
When you're 2 players away from the ball, you've got to collapse more and get ready to go over and help.
A general rule is if you're 1 pass away, you're 1 man away. If you're 2 passes away, you're 2 men away.
Right.
So that's a general rule. Now that varies a little bit depending upon the talents of the individual player, but that's your general rule that you play with. When you see the ball in the opposite corner, you'll see the guy guarding the guy in that far corner all the way up under the basket.
Right.
He has no need to be hugging his man.
You see Odom there shifting in the lane back and forth.
Now he's on his guy, and you see the rest of the guys dropping. Ball guy on his man, and you hear a lot of talking.
And this all changed when the zone defense came into play, too, in terms of how far you could be away from
Well, you can't break the plane or how long you can be in the lane. You have to be on it. You can't break the plane at a basket when the ball's opposite.
Arrive on catch. If you're already there, you extend it. But if you're late, arrive on catch. Right? But if you're already on the strong side from initial.
So you get the line, but once your man catches
Now, what's probably different, I'm not sure if training camp still structured the same way as when I was going to training camp. You'd have one practice that would focus heavily on defense, and then the other practice would focus more on offense. I'm seeing they did their conditioning drills earlier. Now they're focusing on defensive drills. Let's see if most of these other drills will be defensive drills.
Set the personnel out here.
It's character up under the
Characters
basket.
under
Character
the
under the basket. Matt Barnes.
Yep. See Walton out there as well. You know, I spotted character and I wanted to make sure I had the right guys. He was walking on the court because you could hear in the background Coach Person is mic'd up for us as well. He and Ron Artest were talking to character while he was off the court about the drill and giving him tips on and some help into what they wanted him doing. You see the coaching staff working with him right now.
And again, a lot of have to do with your defensive philosophy. Some people's philosophy is to push everything to the middle. Some people would be to push it to the baseline and trap when you get to the baseline, and that'll vary from coach to coach.
This is a fun part of what we get to do here with Real Training Camp, though. I mean, we're getting to peek inside what goes on with an NBA team as they get started, and that was a great moment there as Person and Artest were working with character off the court, and then he steps on the court, and sure enough, going right back at it. The older guys, the veterans, working with the younger guys and making sure they understand where they're supposed to be and what's going on.
Those are secure veterans, because normally a guy coming after your job, you don't want to help him that much. So you watch them now, they're breaking that plane because they're going to trap on that corner. The guy on the wing is going to force this guy baseline. Character forcing baseline. You see Luke Walton broke the plane of the court. So basically they look like they're going for a trap in that situation. That's why they're forcing them baseline side.
Again, we get a switch. Odom with the ball there. He's a guy that's going to be interesting to watch this season, Norm, in terms of, you know, again, he's a veteran, been around for a while, went through that FIBA tournament, got a lot of playing time.
Well, got a lot of playing time at center.
At center, right, but in terms of how his body holds up now through the season.
Well, he's an older guy, but again, he doesn't have to log those long minutes during the regular season. He's not playing 35, 40 minutes unless someone gets hurt. Now I think he'll play more minutes because you're going to be without Andrew Bynum. So he'll log more minutes now.
In the early part of the season.
Part of the season. And once Bynum gets back, you'll see his minutes decrease a little.
We look at Phil Jackson here. One of the things we got to talk about during the course of our show here today is that this could be the last time he goes through this process, and it's certainly gonna be interesting to watch during the course of the season, see how he reacts and how much, if he looks at things a little bit differently.
Well, I think he looks at them differently, but it's hard to walk away from a championship team. I mean, if you had asked me to bet whether or not he would have come back this year, my money would have been on he's coming back. If this team wins another championship, it'd be very hard for Phil to walk away from that. I know he's saying that this is his last season, but if this team wins,
obviously you're not alone in that belief. There have been a number of people who have said the same thing. Of course, when he did make the announcement, you know, I'm looking forward to coming back for one more year with the Lakers, people kind of read into that.
Well, that's right. Sasha's you gotta step up.
I got ball. Stay there.
That is Sasha.
Ball. Good job, Fish. Ball. Shot.
Yes, Sasha Vujicic, one of the guys we have mic'd, and now you know why. He's definitely a vocal guy on the floor. No, I was saying, you know, I think that Phil definitely did. He kind of left the door open a little bit, and guys have talked to him during the course of press conferences, even since he returned here, about the fact that, you know, this is going to be his last year. And he hasn't said it for sure it is, also hasn't said for sure it isn't, but he's led people to believe that it is probably going to be his last year. But yeah, the door is certainly open there, and a lot of people have said the same thing you did, Norm, which is if they win the championship, it might be a good shot and you're going to see him again.
I'll be more inclined to believe if they win, he'll be back.
Well, there you go.
Ball.
So you wonder if the opposing teams will start giving them gifts and stuff if they go through that whole routine at the end of the season.
Yeah, to be fair. Now, I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll wait for him to really announce that he's done. He'll have the opportunity to go through the league.
Drills continuing here at Real Training Camp, LA Lakers. Some of the new faces, we're enjoying getting to see them go through the steps here. Of course, there's Ron Artest. See Lamar Odom looking on in the background there. Work on a defensive drill here. We talked about Phil Jackson, and Coach Shaw is the guy that a lot of folks are saying might be the one to step into that.
I think Phil had said he would love for Coach Shaw to be the one to take over if he does retire, because I think what that does is it guarantees consistency as far as offense, consistency on your bench, someone that all the players are familiar with. And I think Brian does a great job with the team. I would be very happy to see him step in that position.
Yes, sir.
We had the right guy shooting defense.
Last time you're on the baseline, you put your hand out to stop on the drive.
Run.
That's it. That's going to be a foul. You automatically fall out.
My bad.
Put your hands back. If you do anything, you want to growl them up here.
Doing offense, right?
Offense, defense, switch it around. First time you want to pass the ball, take a shot.
It's tight.
Shoot across the lane.
Box, box. Same group or different group?
The back-to-back champs going back to basics. Real training camp, LA Lakers. We're going to take a quick timeout. More mic'd action after this.